And then this was the talking point on Wednesday at the end of the show. This is the point that everyone was talking about, that some people are still talking about, and that was the ending. In my opinion, like, the ending was not for the reasons that I'm about to mention. The ending, in the eyes of many people, undid the good things that this Blood and Guts match had going for it. So MJF, yes, we know by now, he pushed Jericho off the cage roof through the stage. But this is where many people found this ending so stupid. This is why people were so upset by the ending. The stage Jericho crashed through was exposed, like completely exposed. The material he went through, the cameras caught it in 4K. I'm sorry to have used that expression, but the cameras, you know what I'm getting at. The cameras caught it. Like, it was completely exposed. And it made the impact, it made the ending look severely tainted. So, if you don't know what I'm getting at, Jericho went through a crash pad. So, in other words, it's kind of like a movie, you know? Like, you know, it looks like, oh, someone fell down and onto a hard structure or something, or threw something very hard, and, you know, they're severely hurt. And, you know, it was like that. But the problem was the cameras caught all the things that Jericho just went through, and two of those things was a particle board that covered the crash pad. Those particle boards were materials that made up the stage, and that's a problem. That's why people, including myself, think that this ending is tainted. It's idiotic in the sense of it, but I don't necessarily hate it because of the idea of Jericho crashing through the stage. If done right, it could be a really good ending. But the execution, the production that went through it didn't do well at all. It didn't hit. And like I said before, the material, it was completely exposed. And not only that, the commentary was selling it as if Jericho just went through a metal stage and landed on concrete, when it was clear as day that Jericho just simply landed on a crash pad. You're killing me softly. You know, I get it. For the people that saying, did you actually want Jericho to land on concrete? No, we already went through that experience with Matt Hardy last year. We don't want him to die. Of course not. But we want to make it look damn believable. And for Christ's sakes, pro wrestling is not, for as much as you want to try to make it a sport, it's an art. It's a form of art. God damn it. Treat it as such. And they didn't. They completely it's like that shot is like a behind the scenes kind of thing. It makes you look amateur hour, to be honest with you. And this is coming from a dude that, well, has a setup of amateur hour, but this is AEW with a national TV contract, and you pulled that bullshit. You can't do that. You really can't do that. And that's not also what happened. The cameras also caught Jericho breaking kayfabe. He wasn't selling the supposed move. Now, I get it. You land on a crash pad, and it's not really impactful. And the crash pad, by that point, is exposed. Big time. And even still, Jericho, you've got to sell this. You got to sell this, man. You have to sell this. You can't be on national television and try to try to sell or not sell this thing. He was smiling, he was laughing at officials. He's pretending as if this was a regular thing. Now, you can do that off camera, that's fine. But on TV, bro, That can't fly. That cannot fly. I just wonder, with this ending again, this is the second time in 2 months that AEW had a decent to good match that had a shitty ending, that it ended in the worst way possible. Like, are they ever gonna have a well thought and well executed ending to a top match? They already fucked up the barbed wire death match at Revolution, and they clearly messed up the Blood and Guts ending. Like, are they ever gonna get something right with these top matches? Are they? I don't know. I just wonder if whatever criticism they're getting, they're taking it seriously. Because from the looks of it, they didn't take the barbed wire deathmatch one seriously, and they better take this one seriously. Now, I get it. No company's perfect, but again, if you're a wrestling company that has a national TV contract, a primetime TV contract, and you're only 2 years old, you're still a relatively young company, but yeah, you have a primetime TV contract, you got no excuses, man. You got no excuses. You can make mistakes, but you can't make excuses for those mistakes. You got to own up to it. You got to accept it, fix them, and improve on them. And this was just the latest example of AEW and its fans trying to make excuses for its company. And I'm really getting tired of it. I'm really getting tired of all the damn excuses. What's so hard to accept the criticism and learn from it? And yeah, I'm a victim of it myself sometimes, but accept the constructive criticism, learn from it, including from Wednesday night. You could have had Jericho go through a stage that was wooden, or something to not make the crash pad look very visibly obvious. And don't have your cameraman literally zoom in 4K. I keep using that 4K expression. Don't literally have them focus on the crash pad. Don't have them expose that shit. Like, don't. Get together, have a production meeting, sit down with people, talk about what they need to work on. Like, how are they going to improve? Like, how many times do people have to say it? How many times do all the YouTubers and that are casual fans, that are core fans, that are not smarky or internet nerds, how many times do we have to repeat ourselves? AEW won't truly succeed if it doesn't accept its mistakes. Accept the mistakes, including Wednesday nights. Accept that they're not perfect. They need to learn from the mistakes, improve on them. And this was just another latest example of it.